of 20X, a super robot named Mega Man was created. Dr. Light created Mega Man to stop the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, after his defeat, Dr. Wily created 8 of his own robots to counter Mega Man. Hello everybody, my name is the Animated Gamer, and welcome, one and all, to Mega Man 2 for the NES. This is, if you have never heard of this game, who the hell are you? Oh, and also, this is a cult classic for the NES. It's kind of defining in what it is to be a NES hard game. But in all seriousness though, I am a big Mega Man fan, and I figured it was only appropriate to start off. Words, focus, Ben, work with me. I feel like it's necessary as a Mega Man fan to start off with the one that is probably the most popular. So, we're just gonna get right into this. All you need to know about Mega Man games, if you're new to Mega Man, is that there's 8 Robot Masters. You get upgrades and new weapons every time you beat a Robot Master, and stop Dr. Wily, or some crap. And with all Mega Man games, there's a certain order to beating the Robot Masters, because some weapons easily counter other weapons. For this playthrough, I'm just going to go in the way I go. I know there's probably better ways to go, but this is how I do things. I'm going to start with Metal Blade. Or Metal Man. Not Metal Blade. Metal Blade. Metal Man, Metal Blade. Now then, veteran and Mega Man players will know that it may seem cheap for me to start off with this level because Metal Blade is because Metal Man's weapon is infamous for being extremely overpowered. However, there's multiple reasons why I feel like Metal Man stage is honestly one of the best stages for beginners, and one of the best stages to start off with. First off, as you could have saw, I got a item called the E-Tank, which basically restores her life all the way. So that's very helpful to get ahead in this early on in the game. Along with this, compared to other Mega Man stages in the series, in my opinion, I feel like the stages in Mega Man 2 are probably some of the shortest, and this stage I believe is the shortest in Mega Man 2. I could be wrong about that. Not to mention, the quote-unquote gimmick of Metal Man's stage is actually very self-explanatory. So, overall, I feel like this is a very easy stage to start off with. Anyway, as you can see, when I say gimmick, I mean these conveyor belts. Nothing extremely too hard, and just, it's very self-explanatory. Anywho, up there you can be able to get a 1-up, but we don't have a certain item. So, yeah, let's just jump down on here, right the conveyor belt. As you can see, again, this level is very self-explanatory. Let's just hop around. These enemies, they will drop down on you and just ride on their little gears, as you can see there. Anywho, I should also talk about your main weapon, the weapon you start off with, which is your standard pea shooter, which is actually in this game called the Plasma Shot. A lot of people know it as the Mega Buster, but I believe it didn't get that name until Mega Man 4, I believe? Because Mega Man 4 was when they actually introduced the concept of you being able to charge your shot with the Mega Buster. Anyway, these little like trash can worms, I don't know what to call them, but those little trash can worms, you can just hit them in the eyes and they'll all die. You can as you can see there's another E-Tank down there. You can get that without using a item that you get later on in the game, but I don't want to get that because it requires me to actually use a life without a certain item. These Springy Doos, I do not like them. They're kind of, when you're on the same level as them, and they will chase after you, and because of that, and when they get close to you, they will kind of just spring. Anywho, As you can see, you can tell how short this level is because we're already at the boss, which is Metal Blade. Now, interesting thing about how to, I keep calling this guy Metal Blade, and he's not named Metal Blade, he's Metal Man. Also, I should point out, I am horrible when it comes to the boss fights in this game, so... However, by the looks of it, I beat him no problem. Anywho, as I mentioned at the beginning, some robot masters are weak to some weapons. I believe Metal Man is only weak to a weapon called the Quick Blade, or the Quick Boomerang. And the other one is actually Metal Blade itself. Yeah, only Metal Blade can counter Metal Blade properly. Anywho, speaking of Metal Blade, we got the Metal Blade. Anyway, what I like to do for the first few boss fights of this game, or the first levels of this game, is that I like to start off with the entire left side first. So, next up we're actually going into Bubble Man stage. Now then, going into Bubble Man stage, I just want to show off how broken Metal Blade is for people who have never played Mega Man 2 before. Anyway, go into here, and Metal Blade. For those of you who don't know, Metal Blade, it can be fired in 8 different directions. Not only does that make it cheap, or not only is that a little cheap, but it's also cheap itself. As you can see on the left side of my health bar, or it shows like how much ammo I use on the Metal Blade. As you can see, it goes down extremely slow. I believe it's 5 for just one single bar. Anywho, starting off in Bubble Man stage. It's actually Metal Blade I keep on saying Metal Blade. What the hell is wrong with me? Starting off in Bubble Man stage, it's kind of just easy platforming for the time being. But we'll get into the quote-unquote main gimmick of the stage soon enough. But yeah, so far in the stage is just basic platforming. Actually, these platforms will fall right when you jump on them, so you want to be quick. You'll want to be quick about them, like I wasn't. Fan-frickin-tastic. Anywho. Also, I should probably talk about the quote-unquote drops-ups that you can be able to get in this game. In terms of the drops, there are health drops, which are those big yellow, I guess they're those big yellow herbs. You can be able to get health out of them. And then there's also blue packets, which... Are you freaking serious? I'm already down to my last life, and it's only the second stage. Great. And we haven't even got to the hard part of this stage. Wonderful. Anywho. Again, the drops in this game, those big yellow orbs, and those blue packets, those restore your weapons. Those restore the ammo in your weapons. Anywho, over here. Ow. Anywho, these snail enemies, they kind of just walk back and forth, and they're nothing extremely special. They're just snail-like robots. Anywho, here, you want to stay to the right side, because if you stay to the left side, odds are you'll get hit by that snail enemy right there. And now we're getting to the main mechanic of Bubble Man stage, which is water physics, and how floaty your jumps are. And plus, with floaty jumps comes those spikes on the ceiling. Yeah, to be blunt about it, those spikes are complete instant kill, and any Mega Man and veteran will know that. So, don't flump up. These angler robots will spawn in those little, like, shrimp robots, so just shoot them in the light thing. I don't know. Here we have underwater Metroids. I know they're kind of supposed to be jellyfish, but come on, they look like Metroids. Do not lie. Those jellyfish-like robots will just come down from the ceiling. And you want to be very careful in this. You want to be very careful here because they will just... They're a little hard to avoid because you want to be very cautious about jumping, and I don't know. Just this stage is kind of just take your time. Take your time in this section. Anywho, here we have another angler guy. Less than hard. Anywho, continuing onwards. Do not die on these spikes. Okay, another one of these frogs that spits out smaller frogs. This is the origins of Toadman. You flump you. Just there. Son of a... God dang it. And I have to start all the way back here. Wonderful. Wait, Oh yeah, I picked up those 2 lives. Lucky me. Anywho, I guess this is the best time to show off that if you beat those anglerfish, they won't actually spawn back. So that's nice. That's very nice. Anyway, just kill those jellyfish. I may actually just skip him to where we died, so I'll be right back. And we are back with the fight against the toad monsters. Anywho, again, this is a level where you need to take your freaking time. Because if not, you could flump up like I did. Anywho, from here, there's just this waterfall that will summon crab robots. And after that... After that... Just show the ending. There we go, there's the Wily door. And now that... all you need to do at this point is, if you have the metal blade, you can just pulverize Bubble Man's ass. Like so. With 2 metal blades. Well, not 2 metal blades, 3 metal blades. But you know what? Flump it. So yeah, that was the first 2 Robot Masters. We gained the metal blade and the weapon from Bubble Man, which is the bubble lead. There we go. The bubble lead. I read that as bubble lead when I was a little kid when I played this game. But bubble lead, or I'll explain in the next episode. Anyway, next time on Metal Man 2. Yes, this is Metal Man. And god dang it. That's gonna be a thing in this Let's Play. I'm just going, instead of me saying Mega Man, just me saying Metal Man, or Metal Blade, or worse. Anywho, next time, we're gonna be fighting the bane of most Mega Man players' existence. Not Heat Man, but invisible blocks. Or disappearing and reappearing blocks. See you guys then.